coming up against the Roosters. We've got number 7 coming up against number 14, and we are in for a spectacular night in the second at last week of the regular season. I'm Anthony McDonald, and joining me in the box tonight, we have our very own commissioner, Will Kay.
Big game here for the Tigers tonight. For them, it's a proof of grit and determination. They're looking to stay in the top 8, currently in 7th on the ladder, and they need a win here, and a fairly big win to make sure that they can keep their finals hopes alive in their inaugural season. The Roosters, on the other side of the dice, of the coin rather, is that they're trying to avoid the spoon at the moment. They are tied with points with the Cowboys at the bottom, just separated by differential. A loss here and a win later in the week for the Cowboys could spell some trouble, and the Roosters, they do not want another spoon.
No, and the Roosters, if they can win tonight, they're up against the Broncos next week, and that could definitely, 2 wins in a row to finish off their season. We'll see them not necessarily coming too much towards the top 8, but we'll see them salvaging what has been an upsetting season for some of these boys, as the Tigers start off and Barnum makes it up to the 20. Will, do you want to run us through some of the team list changes for tonight?
Yeah, not a whole lot different for the Tigers this week. The only real big difference is that Nathan Haas is starting in the centres. Of course, Marley Arkey, an ingrown toenail, has made him sadly pass away, and he has been replaced by Nathan Haas. On the bench, it's Owen Mayava. I believe it's Owen from memory. Is it Owen or Ewan? Maybe it's Ewan. I actually got no clue. Off the bench tonight, making his debut. That's a great kick. Oh my goodness.
I remember a kick like that last season with the Warriors, where they kicked it across the field, went in and scored a try against the Broncos, actually. So unfortunate there that they weren't able to replicate that. But Mansour, working his way up to the 20, a good first set there for the Tigers.
Yeah, and just going over some of the team list changes for the Roosters now as they have the ball. It's Reno Driscoll. He's moved up to 2. Did an absolute great job at 5 last week, in the absence of Ethan Goodwin. Goodwin back at 5, of course. Riley Holmes and Beck Goodwin still in the centres. And then the 4-packs had a reshuffle. Brad Goodwin in the props now alongside Bailey Wilson. Mellett's moved back in the second row. And of course, Ben Punch back on the bench.
And an unfortunate early penalty here against the Roosters. Tigers just gifting them field position. And the Roosters, Captain Johnson, can already sniff blood in the water as Kerrigan. Ooh, almost breaks through the line there and plays it 45 metres off the line. First tackle. Coming wide, McQueen. Good ball to Johnson. There's the captain. Had a wonderful game last week and a wonderful win for the Roosters. So it'll be good to see if they can back it up again this week. Kerrigan, 25 metres out. Third tackle. Slowly moving towards that line. Ooh, draw and pass. Holmes can't really get too much further though. Fourth tackle. Just shy of the 20. McQueen again.
Oh,
Wilson,
good ball.
Lovely ball. Oh, Barnes. If any other fullback was there, Barnes is definitely saved a try there. And the Roosters putting one up.
Oh, good take.
Almost have a Holmes. And Roosters, first set tonight, they are looking dangerous, Will.
Yeah, no, good set there from the Roosters. Off the back of a penalty given away very, very early. Really, really good set. And a great take by the centre there, Riley Holmes. Just couldn't quite get the ball down. The Tigers, they need to be a lot more alert than that and really on the prowl tonight, no pun intended, to try and get some points and make sure they stop those Roosters scoring opportunities.
And from the looks of things, the Roosters, they're not just turned up in attack. Their defence is turned on as well. It's fourth tackle and we've just got over the 30-metre line. So not a 40-20 chance just yet. Riley Murray's going to try to improve their field position, and they'll be setting up for a kick 45 metres off their own line. And here we go with Thompson. Much better kick than the first one they had. And here comes O'Driscoll. Not able to blister up the field like he did last week. The Roosters, 25 metres out from the line, first tackle.
Yeah, and here's a big set here for the Tigers. They need to defend well like the Roosters just did to them. They need to match their energy. If they just let the Roosters be able to defend them like that and then also run over them in attack, it's going to set this game up very nicely for the Roosters, very poorly for the Tigers. So this is an important set to really show face here.
Oh, risky ball there out to Mansour, but he was able to grab it. Pushed back pretty hard there by Riley Murray, and now McQueen, 40-20 attempt, doesn't have the angle or the length, But Barnes is wrapped up. Tigers, excellent field position to really start their first attacking set themselves as Matus tries to break through the line, and already we're over here into Roosters territory. 8 minutes in, score is still 0-0. Anybody's ball game, and we've still got 70 minutes left to go.
You know, good stuff so far. Obviously, no points on the board yet. There's wet conditions are being just a little bit testy early on, just making it so the teams are being a little bit conservative with the ball. The Tigers here, they're looking like they're going to mount an attack through Eli Barnes, but oh, no such luck there. But still not a bad set from the Tigers, and if they get a good kick here, they really could put some pressure on the Roosters.
Matos, oh, a lovely punt across field back to O'Driscoll's wing. And again, he is met heavily, and the Tigers, they seem to have turned on now. Roosters fighting out of their own half.
Yeah, and it's all about effort here for the Tigers tonight. I spoke to Riley Murray earlier in the week, and it is about just, getting a good win off the bye. And they just need to run in some points to really secure their position. So they need to show face, and this will help them out. That is not good there.
No, that was the Roosters getting a little bit too desperate to get out of their half. And now the Tigers, almost over. McKinnon playing it there, first tackle on the other side of their 20. Barner. Oh, beautiful ball to James, and he is over for the first points of the night.
Wow, Tim James, that's a great ball to him there. The lock, he didn't really have to do much there. He knew his line. Still a bit of a way to go. Had about 10 meters to run and make sure he didn't get tackled, but that's a pearler of a pass. Straight to the hands of Tim James, the vice captain, and he scores it himself. He'll be very happy with that one.
And there's Thompson setting up for his probably going to be quite an easy kick to make it 6-0. Although we did see a couple of interesting kicks last week. We shouldn't be able to see that again this week, though. As we cross the I's and dot the T's, 6-0, 11 minutes in. Tigers in front of the Roosters.
Yeah, John Boy Maiava last week with one of the kicks of all time. Very, very interesting. But hopefully, I think most of the kickers in the league will be looking at that from last week and thinking that will not be me this week.
Now, as we're waiting for this kickoff, this is a very interesting period in the league at the moment. We've just had tier lockouts, and we've just had everyone starting to think heavily about some of those caps. These two captains tonight, they'll definitely be pushing for the finals, definitely at least the Tigers. But on one hand, they'll also be having an eye on Season 10 and what their team's going to look like then, Will.
Yeah, the Tigers, as far as I'm concerned, they are almost cap compliant. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Actually, they're not cap compliant. So they're going to have to lose and shed a couple silvers here for next season. And that could be a big task for them. So, there's players that you think maybe on the chopping block. Your Robbo Mobstons. Maybe even someone like Charlie Rossini. You don't need a silver there in that bench hooker role. Could be on the chopping block here. So they're playing really to play for their jersey and play for their spot next season. Similar thing with the Roosters, it's probably going to be another reshuffle for them in the off-season, just looking at how they can improve and maybe avoid this side of the ladder. There'll be a few cuts here and there, I think, for them as well.
And the question needs to be asked, with the departure of Matty Harris halfway through the season, which platinum is coming in to fill that spot there at the Roosters?
And for a question as well for them, which gold are they going to lose? Brad Goodwin, Cody Mansell, Milo Kerrigan, all in gold status. I mean, I have my bet that Milo Kerrigan and Mansell are too integral to this team to lose, but you never really know in the SRL, so it's going to be a hard choice in the off-season here for Roosters.
As the Roosters, they get to their fifth tackle, and Weston boots it down across the field. Off to the wing of Marks, and Marks steps around one, and he is off, but Mansour is able to get back, and the Pope forces Marks back just shy of the 40, first tackle. Across to Keane. Keane pushed back, can't go too much further. The number 12 playing it there on the 40. Blindside trade.
Oh.
Pass. Oh, that was a risky one. And Tim James, hospital passed. Plays it basically where they played it the set before. Again, inside ball and give it to Barnes this time. He's up. 45, 35, third tackle, 15 minutes in. Prop changes happening in a couple of minutes. And that might be what the Roosters need to get themselves back into this game.
It may indeed, but you also got to remember who the Tigers have in the back pocket here on the bench. Sam Lillard and Robert Mobbleston. I dare say, and it may be a risky guess here, but they're probably going to run over and absolutely dominate Lachlan Tierney and Causa Carrigan. You know, two younger forwards. I mean, Tierney, he's been around for a while, but hasn't done a whole lot in that front row position. So this could get ugly very shortly for the Roosters.
And it also tells you how fruitful the Tigers have been when you've got a gold and you've got a silver prop, both coming on as 14 and 15. That's one hell of a thing to run up against if you've got to come up against that. Having said that, the Roosters, they're only 6 behind, so anything could happen. If they can weather that next 20 minutes, they're well within their rights to be in this game.
Yeah, they sure are. As McQueen, good kick there, and that's a good set from the Roosters again. Just getting to their kick on the last and doing a good job at it, putting them in the quarter, and the Tigers just finding it hard to escape those quarters at the moment.
And it needs to be said, Tigers, their first try was off a bad Roosters error. So the Roosters, when they're keeping those errors out of their game, they are holding their own. As Barner breaks through the line and has to be stopped. Lovely pass back to Tim James, who's been in everything so far tonight. Third tackle, almost 19 minutes. Blindside, McKinnon stopped. Makes it to the 50, fourth tackle. Do they go the same way? No, they come back across. Oh, that was a risky one, and James forwards it, and the Roosters are in with some good field position here.
Yeah, Riley Murray just got in the way of that pass before. It tipped a little bit awkward. Tim James cleans it up, and then eventually Murray circles around for the offload. Just a tad bit forward there for the Tigers. Really good vision there. I could see the vision from Tim James, but just the execution left a little bit to be desired. That was just a bit of a tough one, but I'm sure that they will bounce back.
As Mensah dances through the line and tries to wrong foot Barnes, but is unable to. Third tackle, well within the red zone. Curtin. That was a tricky little thing, confused everyone, including myself. Fourth tackle, we should see some props come on. There they are.
Oh, beautiful ball.
Don't need them. Oh, that was an excellent ball there to Johnson, and the Roosters are about to be 6-all pending this kick.
Well, we've seen some great passing. Sorry, I got a bit overexcited there. We often see the tries off the kicks and such, but that is just excellent passing there. Straight to Chad Johnson, put him in through a gap, and no one could touch him. The Tigers left dumbfounded at that one. And the Roosters, you'd think they'd get this kick, like you said, to make it 6-all. The Tigers will be a bit disappointed that they've let those points in there, because that was they were caught lacking basically with their pants down there.
And as we go, 21 minutes in, the Tigers, they should be bringing on their props in a second. And won't Riley Murray be happy with that? Because this is not where I think he thought he saw his team 20 minutes into this game.
No, I don't think so. I don't think one bit he would think that that's where they'd end up. But I think that these reinforcements, they're just going to do good here for the Tigers. And this big next 20 minutes, like you said, if the Roosters can weather it, they're well in this game, but it's really going to be a challenge to weather it. Carrigan, he's running straight at Lillard. He's a rookie running straight at a gold prop. This could get very messy. As much as I like Causa Carrigan and I enjoy his game, it's going to be a tall order for him tonight to come out on top.
As Weston over to Mellett, and Mellett pushing his way up to the 40. Third tackle, just shy of the 40 to be precise. Coming back wide, Weston, good ball out to Carrigan, and Carrigan, again, second touch of the set, not shying away from the challenge. Fourth tackle, Carrigan, good ball to Johnson, but he's pushed back on the 50. And the Roosters, after points, 40 metres, the Tigers muscling up there in the fence.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Tigers, oh, Cyrus Marks with a bit of space now. And not as good kick chase there from the Roosters on that one.
Pass out to Keller. Keller, tries to get through. Pushed back by two very stalwart, strong players there. Just shy of the 40. Good ball out to Lillard. There he is. First hit up of the game. 35 metres out. Third tackle. Getting slowly up the ball. McKinnon pushing forward. Gets to the 25. The Tigers slowly rolling down this field. Lillard to O'Donnell. And O'Donnell is monstered back 20 metres. Not as far as they probably wanted to get, but still plenty of chance to put a good attacking kick in here.
That's a good kick from Keller. Oh,
Oh. No, good line defense there. Keller catching, or not catching, but getting the tap back from his own kick. Surely you wanted to give it to Barnes there, though.
yeah, no, Barnes, he actually was the one tapping it back to Keller, and maybe a little bit miscommunication. I didn't mind it personally. I think Keller, he almost ducked through and scored. I think that whoever you put there, just the Roosters defense was going to be a bit strong. So I reckon a good play on the last there from the Tigers. Oh, no.
Ooh. Oh, that is not what you want. We've been given a sin bin final warning here, and the Tigers, they need to be on their best behaviour now, because there's only one more week after this one, and you do not want to be going up against the Sharks down one of your men there.
No, you definitely don't. Especially with someone like Eli Barnes holding down too long in the tackle. You don't want to be without him for the final week here. So they've got to be careful. They've only got to weather it until halftime, and then the warnings reset. So as long as in the next 15 minutes they don't give another penalty away, they will be okay.
As Tierney made a wonderful line break earlier in the previous set. Third tackle. Weston just takes the settler. He's in number 7 tonight, not his preferred number 2, or what he really wants is fullback, but he's making do there. Goodwin, just shy. Fifth tackle. Where do they go? Where's McQueen? They pass it back to him. No, they shift it out to Weston, and Weston puts a
tricky kick
up.
Oh,
now that's just some desperation tackles there.
Yeah, great defense there from the Tigers to stop that play. Weston, beautiful kick. He's been playing well at halfback last week. So far this game as well. He's put that ball in a really tricky spot. Mansell almost going through and putting the ball down, but just the Tigers defense alert there. And now they get a penalty to help them out.
Yep. And Murray's down there saying, thank God, finally it goes our way. And after this kick, we are going to be well down the field here for the Tigers' next attacking play. Now, the Tigers' first points, it came off a Roosters error. Will this happen again? Will history repeat itself twice?
I guess we will see. You know, that there is a saying, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Not in the same spot on the field, but they may just get the enough pressure here through the forwards to put them over the line once more.
As McKinnon tries to break through the line and get some good post-contact meters. Third tackle just shy of the 30. Keller back out to Mataus. James can't break through that time. Push back to the 30. Fourth tackle. They need another good strong run here so they can be in place for a good attacking kick. And McKinnon says, give it to me. That's my job. Fifth tackle. 18 meters out. Who do they give it to? Back to Mataus again, and he puts another perler of a kick up. But there is no kick chase, and Mansour somehow stays in the field. The Roosters fighting from 2 meters out.
Yeah, really good take there from Mansour. Just put his body on the line, unafraid, against some big forwards running straight at him. Good take, and he's just helped his team out. They've really got to fight here, though, to get out of this danger zone, because the Tigers, they are coming in waves at the moment.
Curtin out to Weston. Weston breaks through the line with ease there. Makes it over the 40, and the pressure is just let off. That was a massive lapse there from the Tigers, as we've got Kerrigan passing to Carrigan. Yep, there it is. That's going to be a tongue twister for the ages. Fifth tackle, 30 minutes out, 10 minutes left till the end of the half, and the Roosters booting it down, testing out O'Donnell's wing tonight. Almost a perfect kick there, Will.
Yeah, well, patience is virtue, AMAC, and that is just perfect there from Ben O'Donnell and Eli Barnes. Complete trust in each other. Complete trust that that ball was going to find the dead ball line. And why run it when you can just get a free 20 meters and 7 tackles? Easy decision, makes itself really. And, Lillard, big run there.
Oh, and not just a big run, but almost over the 50, and it's only their first tackle. Coming back across, Thompson. Barnes can't get through, but they are just shy of the 40. Second tackle. This is danger stations here for the Roosters. Thompson. Oh, lovely ball to Lillard, and Lillard is met hastily there. 35 meters. Third tackle. Blindside raid. McKinnon again almost breaks through the line. Push back to the 30. Fourth tackle. The Roosters, they are holding on desperately here. Oh, they read that one well. Barnes just shy of the 20. A really good defensive set there from the Roosters.
Yeah, really good stuff from the Roosters there. Just make the most of that set and really hold them out with 7 tackles, a 20-minute head start. They've done well there to put the Tigers just down to a bit of a nothing bomb, just a pressure kick there rather than something that could actually lead to points.
And Carrigan, second tackle just shy of the 20. Coming across to McQueen. Johnson, he's looking a little bit tired out there. He just needs to hold on, and his team will have a nice, well-earned rest in a second. Here we go. Journey bumps off one. Gets to 35 meters, fourth tackle. 40-20 time? No, they just choose to run it. Good ball out to there. Western gets over the 40, and the Roosters, again, for almost the second or third set in a row, will be forced to kick out of their own half and back their defense. Here comes O'Donnell. And he's met well, and somehow they're keeping the Tigers out. The Tigers, they need to try something new.
Yeah, the Tigers, they're just getting a little bit stale at the moment in attack. They've got this energy within them to really pull out some fancy plays, something that will really ignite the crowd and confuse the Roosters. They just need to find the confidence in, Sione Mata'us, Luke Thompson to try and activate such a play. They're creeping up here, almost at the red zone. This could be the set here that they score points.
Mobberston breaks through the line. He's only got the Pope to beat, but the Pope stops him 6 meters out. But this is an excellent place for a kick. Where's Thompson? They pass it back. Mata'us instead. He kicks it out wide. And Holmes is the saviour there. He grabs it. And the Roosters, they're not off the hook yet, but they are now fighting out of their half again with a lovely drone pass there for Tierney. But the Tigers see it and they smother it before it can get up the field.
Yeah, great stuff there. Just stopping the Roosters in their tracks as well from the Tigers, just with a kick chase. And there's been a lot of pressure from both teams just in the kick chases here. So it's made it really difficult for wingers to get any real meters, especially off those bombs.
And McQueen, he goes for a kick. He was well over the 40 line there, so it was never going to happen. And unfortunately, it was a bit of a shank. And the Tigers start their first set well within Roosters' half here. 3 minutes left, or 2 minutes left until the halftime bell. Danger signs here for the Roosters again.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tigers, they're just knocking on the door. They have been for the last few sets. They want the points here, and Keller just doing the Chamison shuffle. They've got 2 more tackles, the Roosters. That's all they've got to hold on for. But these Tigers, they're coming hot and fast, so they need to be careful. One last play here.
One last play. 1 minute left to go. Fifth tackle. Riley Murray plays it. Boots it back to Mata'us, and that is not the kick they wanted on the last there. And Holmes decides to run the opposite direction, but as long as they can hold on to this ball, that might be the final set of the match, as Mansour breaks up through the line. Not the match, sorry, of the half, I should say. This has been a gripping half so far, and if this is the deficit, if this is the scoreline going into the halftime break, both teams should be very happy with themselves, especially here the Roosters.
Yeah, it was a bit of a David versus Goliath kind of matchup. The Tigers lower on this table than expected, but oh, that's halftime, sorry.
I'm just waiting for Kiss Cam to come on me. It's not happening. Do you like it? Do you like it? The environment here, do you like the footy? Yes, we're on. Yeah, we're live.
Yes. Yeah,
You're not you when you're hungry.
This is an amazing
Snickos.
reception that we've received.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back here. Second half of quite an enterprising game tonight. West Tigers 6, Sydney Roosters 6. 40 minutes gone and still no one is in the lead. Halftime stats were quite an interesting read here. Is there anything you want to bring up for us, Will?
I think just the evenness of these two teams here, there really isn't much separating them at the moment, as shown on the scoreboard. I mean, the Roosters have about 2% more ball than the Tigers have had, so it's really, really close. I think most stand out for us was the fact that really Cody Mansour and Eli Barnes really not doing a lot in that first half, both really wanting to step up their game in the second half.
Yeah, by this point in the season, these teams know each other, and you've seen how they've played all season. So if you've done your homework, you should be able to lock down some of those trouble players. And, well, the Roosters, they've been able to keep a lid on Barnes tonight. Those kicks, though, that's what's killing the Roosters tonight, Will.
Yeah, that's no good there from Tyler Weston. That's a bit of a stinker, to be honest, and they'll be disappointed that they've just kicked it out easy. It was a 40-20 attempt. It's not even made it to the other team's 40, so it's gone about 15 metres. You can't be having kicks like that and inviting the Tigers just for some free meters and an easy start. Oh, that's not easy.
Well, McKinnon, first hit up of the half, and he is rocked. Blindside raid, there's Barnes. He gets to the 40 at least, but he can't break through. Second tackle. Brown across to O'Donnell. McKinnon pushing forward. McKinnon had a good half. Not the line breaks he's used to, but he's making the meters. As Rossini back on the inside to Barnes. Tries his hand, but the Roosters, they shut that down quick. Keller, James, Ataus, O'Donnell, they throw it through the hands, and they at least get to the 10. Can the Tigers be the first to score this half? Where are they passing it to? Ataus.
Oh, Jesus. It's Kerrigan again.
Oh. And Kerrigan, he's moved into the props for the beginning of this second half, and that has been an excellent move there from Captain Chad Johnson.
Mother Kerrigan, more like the Punisher, just a massive hit there, and we know how good he is in the forwards. Hopefully, I think that the plan is for him to play almost 80 minutes tonight. And bang on, Chad, that is exactly what the people want to see. That's a big hit returning as well from Lillard. So just throwing the bodies out on the line at the moment, both props from either team, just really happy to dish out some damage.
Oh, here we go again. McQueen tries it hands this time, and it almost, well, at least it didn't go out. And Barnes carries it to the 50. The Raiders Roosters, I keep calling them the Raiders tonight, Will. The Roosters, they hold them out. They get at least over the 30 there.
Yes, the Tigers now. Oh, straight through. And they're looking dangerous. They're knocking on the door here, Anthony.
Thompson plays it. Oh, Lillard, he's going to try to force his way over. Oh, he's just short.
Oh!
And hit off the ball. That was a bit of a mess of a pass. The Roosters, they are out of the fire, and Wilson is starting their plunge up the field.
Yeah, that one is a tough one to cop from the Tigers. They've done so well to get down this way. Put so much pressure on the kickers to really make them shank it, and just the hit off the ball didn't go their way. The bounce favouring the Roosters there as they escape a bit of danger.
Fourth tackle, don't kick it. They pass it instead. McQueen gets to the 40. Now you can kick it. Boot it down the field. Give it to one of the boys and see if you can pin them down in their half, as Wilson takes it this time. Doesn't get as far as they probably want, and Barnes is through, but he is met, and Barnes is just not having any luck tonight. He's done about 8 tackles, so he should still have some fuel in the tank. The Roosters, they are just desperate to lock him up, though.
Yeah, they sure are. He's just dangerous as always, and they have done a good job so far. Oh, Rossini, good run there through the middle.
Back on the inside to Keller. Keller plays it there for the third. Coming across again, Matos to Brown. Brown steps through, but is met well there by some Roosters defense. Fourth tackle, close to the line. Blindside raid. Oh, there we are. Beautiful, beautiful show of hands there, and O'Donnell gets across. The Tigers 10-6, possibly 12-6, pending this kick.
Yeah, great hands there, out wide. Just Ben O'Donnell able to isolate Rayno Driscoll. Lost his footing with the slippery conditions. And over in the far corner of Leichhardt, Ben O'Donnell will score to put the Tigers back in front.
And that will settle the nerves there of any of the Tigers fans. Actually, no, I won't talk, because every time I seem to talk, at least last week, I would jinx their kicker something fierce. And there, I've done it again, Will. 10-6.
Close one there, but tough conditions with the wind and the rain. They can't blame that one on you, Anthony. But yeah, just a 4-point buffer now. The Tigers, they'll be pushing for more points as we've still got 30 minutes.
Yep. And hopefully, for the Tigers' sake, those 2 points don't prove instrumental at the back end of the game. But we've still got 30 minutes to go, and as our Lord and Saviour always says, there's plenty of time left to play. It's still early days. As McQueen boots it off down the field, nice kick. Rossini just decides to take it, and he does well, gets way over the 20 for his first tackle. That's a good return set here so far from the Tigers, and we're only 2 in as Barnes streams off up the field. A dive there, Mansour's keeping with him. Lovely ball there, McKinnon.
Oh!
Lovely ball to Brown. Oh my God, try of the season.
That very well could be there, Anthony. That is an incredible try from the Tigers. Just, I looked away for a second and they're over the line again. Look at this ball, the run, the hands from McKinnon out to Zachary Brown there. That is excellent stuff and really great support play. One another, the Tigers, they trusted the way and they trusted the process and they've gotten over the line. That's terrific stuff.
And Zach Brown, he's had a fairly quiet season since he's moved to the Tigers, but that is absolutely phenomenal there from the young centre, and exactly why he's starting centre in Riley Murray's Tigers.
Yeah, and he was really good, like you said, for the Broncos last season. He was really solid, and it was an easy pickup, I think, for Riley Murray in the end. He knew exactly who he wanted, and they've done very well there. He's really shaped into his own player this season.
Less than 5 minutes and we've seen 10 points on the board. The Roosters, they need to do something because that is not what you want after such an excellent first half there, as McQueen shapes up to kick. Long ball down. Barnes passes it off to Barner, and Barner is whacked. Is that Johnson?
I think it was, or maybe it was Kerrigan.
Captain.
Kerrigan again, actually. It was Kerrigan again.
Oh. Whoever it was, Kerrigan or Johnson, that frustration coming out in that hit there. And Mayava, first touch of the half. Good to see a young rookie up. Third tackle. Thompson, Barner again, pushing forward to the 30. The Roosters, they've put a stop to it so far. The leaking has stopped, they would hope. And they're trying to keep the Tigers well in their half, but you can't keep Barnes down when Barnes turns himself on. Just shy of the 40, fifth tackle. Which way do they go? We come across to Thompson, and Thompson boots it down to O'Driscoll. He pauses, takes stock. He should have probably kept running though, because they lost a couple of meters there compared to where they could have gone.
Yeah, they sure did. He probably could have just blitzed down the sideline and made a good 20 or so meters, but he just chose not to. As Mansour now through the middle. Oh, that'll help them out a bit. Oh, jeez.
There was about 5 people around him and they just couldn't lay a hand on him as Curtin brings it across to Kerrigan and just sticks it straight up the middle for a quick one. Here we go, 4th tackle coming across. Wilson takes another settler up the middle. They're going to rely on their kickers and hope that their kick chase can get them across the line and bring some of these points back on their side of the ledger. McQueen, decent kick high up in the air. But Brown has it, and Brown is smothered. Good set there from the Roosters, but that goal line defense there from the Tigers is premium.
You know, good stuff there from the Tigers just to hold them out enough to make it a difficult kick. The Roosters, they're looking slowly to really find the hang of things and maybe get back into this game. We'll see in a couple sets of times whether they can actually apply some real hard pressure on these Tigers.
James, 4th tackle. They're not even at the 30 yet, so the Roosters are turning up here in defence. Matthews off to McKinnon, and McKinnon, he is met handily by 2 as well. And the Tigers, they are slowly losing this arm wrestle of field position. So we got Matthews kicking it down and kicking it deep, and O'Driscoll will be punching up the guts. And he is going nowhere, buried there on the 30 with some excellent defence there.
Yeah, really good stuff there. The Tigers, their middle defense has been quite strong tonight. And most of the meters have been found out the edges for the Roosters, so they probably need to continue going out there if they want to really get back in this game.
Oh, yeah, no, they should have listened to you there, Will. They tried up the middle with a cheeky little offload, and they passed it right to Keller, which is unfortunate, as Mateus...
I'll buy some land there. Jeez.
Yeah, a trailer could have gone up through there. 20 metres out. Second tackle. Here come the Tigers. James, McKinnon, Justice Adler pushing up to the 10. Third tackle. Back across. Mateus. Barnes steps through but can't get there. The defence there is holding. Fourth tackle. James, he's pushing, but he's on his back. Good defence there from the Roosters, but there's one more attack to come. And they're in the middle. They could go either side right now.
Yeah, no, choices certainly don't hurt. They got an ability here just to put it wherever they want and, you know, can try the blind side, try the open side. They may be able to get, as they got Mateus on the right here. Oh, good kick.
Oh, Johnson, somehow. Is he still in? No.
He's still in, yes.
Oh, there's only probably a B's in there somewhere. That was really close, but Johnson, he saves a try. Let's see if their defence can save another one. That's a really short kick. That is not what you want from a line drop out there, Will.
No, I'm not too sure whether they wanted to contest that or whatever it was, but the Tigers, they've got a good ability here and a good chance of getting the ball over the line. And yeah, that kick, that was not good. They're already on the 10 here.
And McKinnon. Oh, he's 2 metres out. Third tackle. Blindside. Lovely forward pass. Okay, no, I take that back. Not a lovely forward pass. But the Roosters, they are breathing a sigh of relief because they set the pressure on and the pressure's just been let off again.
You know, right pass there from Sione Mateus, just the execution. Jasper Goodwin, really good job from him, just jamming up straight onto Sione Mateus, putting enough pressure on him to make that ball go forward off the hands. And that's exactly what you want. Big impact there, and that's possibly saved them 4 points, possibly 6 points. So good stuff there from young Jasper Goodwin.
As Punch plays it well in the half of the Tigers here. Johnson. Oh, yes. Go Johnson. Back on the inside. Oh, Wilson catching it flat though. Can't make much of that offload. Fourth tackle on the other side of the 30. Blindside raid. Ooh, line ball pass to O'Driscoll. Tries to wrong foot Barnes, but that is not possible. Fifth tackle. 10 metres out. Props have changed. Here we go. Are the Roosters in? They pass it to McQueen and he puts it high. Couple of offside players. Curtin grabs it. Almost gets there. Somehow is kept out and the Tigers breathe a sigh of relief of their own.
No, good stuff there to hold out the Roosters. The Tigers, they're doing a good job on that line at the moment in terms of defense, so they're just going to keep it up for 20 minutes. Riley Murray back on the field now. That'll give them a bit of confidence. And hopefully, for the Tigers, they can just get this one done and dusted. They're 10 points up. They should be pretty comfortable in this game.
Yep, less than 20 minutes left to go till the end of the game. Pass it out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell is met handily. Gets to the 50. Fourth tackle. Need one hell of a line break here to get to attacking position, but give it to Haas, and Haas does exactly that. Over the 20, over the 10. Mansour drags them down, but they are in place for a kick as long as their kickers can get it to the right person. Here we go. Keller, Mateus, back in the pockets to Thompson. Thompson puts it. Oh, Barnes gets it, and Barnes is held down. Fifth tackle. As you said, Will, they're 10 points ahead, so they can afford a couple of those. But probably not the fifth tackle option they really wanted.
No, and the Roosters fans are about to start throwing cans at the commentary box because you said they need a good line break here to get an attacking position. Haas runs about 60 metres exactly after you said, oh, I'm going to get cans thrown at me now. Mateus, that's a good pick off there in the Tigers. They're back here.
Yeah, we like to say there's no such thing as a script, but every time we say these sorts of things, that really doesn't help us at all. As James, 5 metres out, passes out to Thompson. And I almost muscled over, but they flipped him on his back. The Roosters, they'll drag it out to the 10. Third tackle, blindside raid,
forward.
Mayava.
Never mind.
Forward at all. I'm going to need to see a replay of this because
Me too.
Sure that was forward.
But great hands from you and Mayava on debut, getting a try assist. That's not bad at all. Good try there from Cyrus Mux. I honestly thought that was forward. If we can have another look at the pass. Maybe...
that was forward by a mile.
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, Mac?
Well,
back off the
can't
hands.
really do much. The bunker, they do what they do. They didn't even actually send it to the bunker. They just blew the whistle and said it was a try. And now the Tigers are about to be... Ooh, maybe. Oh,
good kick.
Ah, beautiful kick. There we go. Tigers, they are now... let's do some quick math. 16 points up.
There you go. Now, you know, you and Mayava, well known for having extra long hands and arms. So, you know, backwards off the hands, I reckon. He's just a bit of a slender man. Interesting stuff.
And maybe Cyrus, maybe his arms are twice as short as the next man's. So maybe line ball. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we'll see. The touchy was right there. Surely they'd call that. But yep. Oh, that's a big hit.
As Haas plays it there for his first. McKinnon. Oh, trying to get up. Nice run there. Good post-contact meters. Oh, we've got our lock interchange happening in the background there as Murray passes back to Haas again. Captain linking up with rookie. 32 meters. Third tackle. And he's running again, Thompson to Barnes. Barnes gets through, can't get around, but they make about 20, 25 meters off that run. Fourth tackle. Time is dwindling. The Roosters, they're not out of it yet, but 16 points is a lot to try to score in 14 minutes. Rossini playing the ball slowly. Mataus kicks it down. Ethan Goodwin taking it. Can he get up? Because they need to score, and they need to score now. And he is off down the field. 40, 30, 20, 10. Didn't pass. The line was open and he held on to it. That was probably good, but they need to score. And Kerrigan is back on the field. That's going to be some good strength up the guts right there. Oh, Mellett pushing on his back. Third tackle. Just shy of the line. Oh, McQueen trying to push through on his back over the line. Fourth tackle. They'll drag it back to the 10.
Yeah, they sure will. Good stuff there from the Roosters. And they're just really peeling forward here. They could get an extra 6 points and help out their for and against a little bit here.
Back across. McQueen just runs and decides to spill his guts. And Barner runs off up the field. And that kind of says everything about the Roosters tonight. They've got periods where they do so many good things, and then just something like that will happen, and the Tigers will grab the ball. And first tackle over the 30.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think that this Roosters team, we're going to see a lot of changes in the offseason here, but they've got the bones of a really solid and strong side. So I'm looking forward to their season 10. I think it could be a big difference for them. And they've shown some glimpses tonight of what they're able to do. So there's a lot going on there. A lot of potential in a lot of this squad, but a lot needs to be cut as well. And it's just finding that balance in this side to really make the best come out in them.
As Murray works his way over the 40. And with tonight, it must be said, Murray, he's had a good season as captain, and this win should cement the Tigers in the top 8 and mean that they will be playing finals footy in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it sure will be. It sure will be a good help for them in their top 8 endeavour.
As Curtin, Goodwin up the guts, off to Mellett. Mellett at least gets to the 50, well over the 50. Third tackle. Off wide. Weston, good ball out to Goodwin, and Goodwin off again over the 30. The Roosters, they are not dying now. They want at least another one, and they want to make sure that if it does come down to a for and against battle for the spoon, that they are out of contention. As Mansour pushes and he's on his back, just shy of the line. Fifth tackle. Where do they go? They go, oh, loopy ball out to Weston, and Weston does not have the time. Unfortunately, the Tigers playing the ball in their 10. The Roosters, 8 minutes left, will probably not change this point unless some individual brilliance there is shown up very, very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's just looking like the Tigers, this will be the final scoreline for them. Unless Ben O'Donnell wants to have something to say about it, apparently. But yeah, I mean, the Tigers, they've got to be happy with how they've done tonight. A 16-point win this stage of the season. You know, the Roosters had a pretty solid performance last week, so they should be happy with how they've done tonight. And this will give them a bit of confidence going into the final week and hopefully into finals.
As we get at least to the, well, just shy of the 45th tackle. 6 minutes left to go. The Roosters, they probably only have about 2 or 3 sets left to try their hand, and Ethan Goodwin gets around one and can't make the lines he did last time. He hasn't had the ball very much tonight, Ethan, and I'm wondering if that's going to have something to do with the points that the Roosters haven't been able to score. As Curtin, lovely ball to Curtin, and he's off over the 30. Second tackle, the Roosters, they're not calling it quits yet. They keep going that way. Johnson just taking a settler up over the 20. 74 and a half minutes. Blindside raid. McQueen. Ooh, Mellett just grabs it. Does he dive? He does. And the Roosters shave off some points. That will feel a little bit nicer in quite a sour match for the Roosters.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit good there. Hayden Mellett able to get over the line. Just a bit of weaving, bit of ducking, and good stuff there just to get the ball over. The Tigers, they won't be too concerned about that one. They have clocked off a little bit, and we have seen that. We have noticed that they have clocked out a little bit. And I mean, when you're in the lead like this, there is no reason to be paying full attention. 22-12 would be the score you'd think with Lightning McQueen, and that's still a very solid win.
Yeah, the only people who are going to be a little bit worried for the next 5 minutes are those of us out there.
That took 9 to 18.
Out there, I should say. Who took the, yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I'm like, hang on, which one did I take? I'm in that boat.
So for the majority of you out there who've taken the 9 to 18, you are hoping against all hope that Riley Murray can whip his boys back into some defensive shape. For those of you who haven't, well, 4 minutes to see if there's a little bit of movement there as Thompson kicks off down, and we have the Roosters returning the ball again. Mansour off to Goodwin, and Goodwin bumps off one. Lovely first run there, already up to the 30. This is already feeling a little bit dangerous here for the Tigers. Weston, good ball to Mellett. Our last try scorer there works his way to the 40. Second tackle. They come that way again. McQueen, Johnson, pushing, some one-up stuff here happening. Probably not going to get too much further. The Tigers, well, yeah, that sort of defense there. That's not helping the Roosters push at all. As we have McQueen, Goodwin, does it again, bumps up over one, says hello to Barnes, pushes down, 35 metres out. Not attacking kick territory, especially when it comes off a head like that. And Weston just picks it up, runs, and is tackled on the 30. A bit of a mixed set there from the Roosters.
Yeah, rocks and diamonds there, just in terms of play-by-play. But, oh my goodness, Lachlan McKinnon, big run here. And the Tigers, they could score another one yet.
30 metres out, first tackle, still 2 minutes left. This is definitely going to help those of you who are wishing for that 9 to 18 to be cemented there. Second tackle, 20 metres out. Keller, blindside, Barnes gets around one, can't get around the next two. 10 metres out, they've still got 3 tackles left in the set. Mataus up the middle, Thompson just taking it 5 metres out, fourth tackle. Do they keep going that way? They come back across. Barner is pushed back, he is tired, and I don't blame him. Fifth tackle, probably the last time the Tigers will touch the ball if they don't get across right now. They tap it back, but Barnes is met and Barnes is put on his back. Good line defense there from the Roosters, and they will probably see out this set and get close to the other end, but we're probably looking at a 22-12 line, and everyone will be looking on to next week and the final week of the finals, of the main season before the finals.
Yeah, and it could be actually a shootout between these guys and the Sharks yet, so it would be interesting just with some other results, you know, Panthers, Raiders, Broncos, to see whether there will be a shootout next week. It's either going to be, if that's the case, it's probably going to be Monday Night Football. It's either that or if the Sea Eagles win, of course, and Storm win, then it will probably be the minor premiership battle. So some really big, important games shaping up for next week.
Yep. Well, this win with the Tigers, with no other games so far played, except for our first game of Monday night, that shifts the Tigers just slightly above the Bulldogs into 6th position. pending other results to come. And the Roosters, unfortunately, they stay down in 14th, but still well ahead of the 15th placed Cowboys, hoping for a win against the Broncos next week to jump up into 10th and definitely miss that spoon as we move on to some of our stats. And about the same as we saw from the first half, really close in terms of possession. 4 tries there for the Tigers, 2 tries there for the Roosters. The completions about the same, 23 to 20. Errors about the same, penalties about the same, tackles about the same, missed tackles, roughly about the same, line breaks about the same. Unfortunately, the Tigers, fortunately for the Tigers, I should say, just made the most of the ball they had, whereas the Roosters just couldn't use the opportunities they were given and turn them into points when they should have.
Yeah, it just came down to that. Exactly right, Anthony. The Roosters just didn't execute the way they needed to. And the Tigers did put a lot of pressure on them, to be fair. So it was really not just by dumb luck that the Tigers were able to stop the Roosters from scoring. It was a lot of pressure that they put on throughout the match.
As we see the Tigers, and there's Barnes. Barnes only had 65 run meters in that first half, and he more than made up for it there in the second. Wasn't able to pass the line there for his own try, but you know, when you're doing 20 tackles as a fullback, you kind of put all your eggs in your defensive basket there.
Yeah, he played well tonight. McKinnon, he had 2 try assists as well. Big game from him. Tim James scored a try. He had a good game as well. 27 tackles, none missed. So a few standouts here, but really it wasn't anything too flashy. It'll probably be a difficult one to choose some MVP points later from both teams. It was a good performance, a solid game from the Tigers.
And as we come across to the Roosters, again, Curtin topping the run meters there, which you'd expect from a hooker, but nevertheless, 23 tackles, 2 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks. It was a hard night out there for Curtin, but he did as best as he could with Mansour, 197. Kerrigan, a phenomenal game from Kerrigan, 156 run meters for his stint, 23 tackles, 2 line breaks. Probably one of the best forwards out there on the park tonight, Will.
No, I thought Kerrigan was terrific tonight, so really good performance from him, really good display. And then it kind of goes down in, like before I said, nothing too flashy. Weston and McQueen each getting a try assist. So the halves getting involved. But yeah, not a whole lot going on tonight. Kerrigan definitely best on field for the Roosters.
Yep. And so far, from the looks of things, it's going to be a very interesting round. Are we at round 13 or round 14?
We're in round 14 this week.
There we go. Very interesting round 14. So stay tuned. We're going to have a wonderful Monday night footy coming up next. I've been AMAC, joined here in the box with Will, the Commissioner, and we'll see you next time.